H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.
Test for 1, 2, and let me test. So it's giving for 2. Let me give 10 what it will tell here. So if I execute this, I'm not seeing any records. So that means in the UI, so when the person clicks here, so let's go to this one. So when the person enters here 10 and clicks on search from the database, so this will call your stored procedure. For that stored procedure, we'll pass this parameter 10, and that will not return any records. So you will see no records found. Because we don't have employee 10 in the database, and your stored procedure get employee details by ID will not return any data. Is it making sense? Everyone, is it clear what is the purpose of stored procedures? Okay, so not only blindly blindly inserting or updating or deleting the records, even you can have your own logic inside the stored procedures. So you can have if else conditions or a lot of things you can have. Okay, so anyway, so that for example, let me show you one thing. For example, if the employee ID which you are trying to insert is already there in the database, okay, so in that case what you can do, you don't want to insert duplicate employee IDs, right? So imagine from the UI you are calling the screen. Say for example here the person who is entering save, he is trying to give the same employee ID which is already there. So ideally you should not do it. So you can do some validations in stored procedure. So let's see how we can do it. So now let's go back to this stored procedure, insert. Okay, this is the one. So instead of create, I need to make it now into alter, because I'm altering the stored procedure. So I'll change it to alter, and let's have the same name here. So what I need to do is I need to check whether the employee ID is already there in the database or not, right? So now let me declare a simple query. So declare at the rate record count, okay, and then select at the rate record count is equal to count star from employee where employee ID is equal to at the rate employee ID. Okay, so if the record is already there in the database, say for example this employee ID is already there in the database, what will be this count value? What will be this record count value? See, I declared a temporary variable, so declare integer. So I declared a variable, temporary variable, record count integer. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do select record count equal to count star. I'm getting count star value into record count from employee where employee ID equal to employee, this parameter. So if the employee ID which you are passing is already there in the table employee, this record count value will be greater than 0. Correct? See now, if I search for, if I say for example I search here, select count star from employee where employee ID equal to, say for example I'm giving 7. So let me execute this. So if the record is already there, it will give me 1. So that count value is 1. Say for example by mistake I entered record 3 2 times. So if I execute this, I have a record count 2. So if the count star is giving you more than 0, do you want to insert again? Do you want to insert the record employee ID again if the count is giving more than 1? So you should not insert. If that means that employee ID is already there, so you should not insert. So let's go to the stored procedure here and then write a condition here. If at the rate record count greater than 0, if at the rate record count is greater than 0, begin end. So, or you can simply put if the at the rate record count equal to 0. If it is only equal to 0, then only you have to copy this. You have to insert this. Control C. So it's not being, it's begin. And let me paste it and let me remove this. Okay, so now I have added some if condition here. Well and good. So just give some indentation so that people will understand. So we have selected this record count. Also, please add the comments appropriately. So here you can add comments in SQL Server. The way you need to add comments is like this, minus minus. And here you can write here this temporary variable like this. Add some appropriate comments. This temp variable is used to check if the employee ID is present or not. Okay, so that way you can increase the readability of stored procedure. So I have written even 1000 lines of stored procedure where we have 1000 lines or more than 1000 lines of stored procedure recently, 6 months back. Okay, so if you don't add comments, it will be really difficult to understand. So now is it making sense to everyone? So this one, I'm just checking whether the employee ID is there, and if the count is 0, then only I'm inserting. Otherwise I'm not inserting the data. So let me execute this. Now let's try to see whether it will insert duplicate records or not. Previously when I entered employee ID 3, it inserted. So again let's check now. So I'll go back here. So let me give again 7 ABCD. So let me execute this. So it's not telling any commands. So let me try to execute 3 times. So I'm going to execute once, 2, 3 times, and let's see whether it's inserted or not. So you will see only once. So let me put here 8 and let me execute this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. For the first time you got 1 record inserted. Did you notice it, everyone? Let me give 9 here, and if I execute this, you can see 1 row is affected. But when I am executing again, it's not showing any row affected. See now, if I do select star from employee, it's only inserting only once. So that is the use of writing some logic in stored procedures. So is it clear, everyone? So what I mean to say is, in the stored procedure, you not only write insert statements or delete statements, you can even write some logic like this. You can write some logic also like this. And one point to note here is, in if statement we don't use 2 equals like how we use in C#. We use only 1 equal to. Please keep that in mind. We use only 1 equal to in. Okay. So assignment for today is, you have to create a table employee, and you have to write stored procedure to insert employee data and get employee data by ID. So that the columns you need to have is 3 columns. So I'm going to ping this 3 columns. So you have to create stored procedures for inserting employee data, 1 stored procedure, and you have to create another stored procedure for getting employee data from the table based on employee ID. Is it clear? Is the assignment clear, everyone? Please ping me in the chat window if it's clear. Okay, so I'll just tell. So the assignment which I'm giving, which I'm telling today is, I have just pinged the 3 columns: employee ID, first name. See, when you're creating a table, don't give @ symbol. I repeat again, when you are creating a table like this, for example, when you are creating a table, create table EMPL employee, say for example 999. So here you should not give @ symbol, @employee ID integer you should not give. @ symbol is only required when you are passing parameters or when you are declaring variables in stored procedures like this. Okay, so the assignment is you have to write the same stored procedure, insert stored procedure, and you have to write get employee ID stored procedure. That is the assignment. Okay, since now we are doing 4th class, I think I will send all the recordings to H2K, but after you send the assignment, I will send it to the recordings will be updated. Okay, so any questions here? Is it clear what is the purpose of stored procedures and how to test stored procedures? Please ping me in the chat window if you're clear. Yeah. Okay, so Sharmila has a question, so let's unmute her. Yeah, go ahead, Sharmila.
So this begin and end statements are only used in stored procedures, or can we use it anywhere if we use if condition or any other condition?
Good point. So if you are using anywhere in the if condition, so it's a good practice to use begin and end. Yeah, it is same like flower brackets you use in C# programming. We don't have any begin and end for flower brackets in SQL, so we have to use begin and end. Yes, it's only in SQL Server. Not only in stored procedures, you can use anywhere when you're writing some group of transactions, multiple lines.
So without these statements, that query doesn't work?
If it is only one statement, it will work. But if you are more than one statement, how you will know that that belongs to if condition? Say for example, I have 3 inserts.
Okay.
So now I have an if condition here. Okay, and then I have 3 insert statements like this. So how do you know that? Say like this, I have. How do you know now if the condition is satisfied? Then which how many inserts you have to do? So now you don't have a way, right? So do you think if this condition satisfies, only one insert should happen, or all the 3 inserts should happen? How do you know it?
But the statement is same, right?
Which statement?
Value, the insert into employee values. When you create a table and insert into values, there we are giving the values, so that we have to give multiple insert.
No. My question is my question here is, imagine you have an if condition. Okay.
Okay.
Now, after this if condition, say for example there is some address table, or say some logic is there. Which should happen only if this if condition is satisfied. So some logic 1 or some logic 2. Now, how you will know that if this condition is satisfied? Say for example record count is 0. Now, how do you know that if these 3 statements, I'm not writing the logic here, but I've just added a comment. How do you know that if these 3 statements are inside this if condition? Or only one statement is there inside this if condition? So if you want only one statement to be there inside if condition, so we normally put like this. So begin and you'll put like this here end. So now SQL Server will understand, like, okay, when this condition satisfied, only these things should happen, and this logic should normally execute after this if condition. And if you want all the 3 to be inside if condition, what you can do is, okay, you can do like this. Sorry, let me put here Control Z. So here like this. So now your SQL, so you can understand, like, okay, if this condition satisfied, I need to execute this three. That is how we need to add begin and end. Otherwise you will not know which statements to be executed based on this condition. Is it making sense?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't see solid okay. Okay.
Like if the condition is satisfied, it has to follow the next condition, has to execute, right?
Correct.
Even if you do not give begin and end.
Correct. See, if the condition is satisfied, you will execute these three, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is the difference between these two? So let me write some other logic here. So let me write this. I have one if conditions like this, and in other stored procedure I have an if condition like this. Okay, can you tell now what is the difference between this if condition and this if condition? How many, if this condition is satisfied, how many statements are executed here?
3 statements.
3 statements, right? And if the condition is not satisfied, how many statements are executed here? Let's put here logic.
Not satisfied, so
let's put here one more logic. So logic 3. And let me put here one more thing called okay. So now question here is, if this condition is satisfied, how many statements will be executed?
3 statements.
No, including this one. If the condition is satisfied, this will also work, right? Because that is
after the end.
Correct, but overall, if you consider total code, I'm asking about total code. If this condition is satisfied, how many? So this is one logic. So let me remove this insert now.
Okay.
So this is how we have now. So and delete. Yeah. Now we have this code snippets total. So here, let me ask again. So if this condition is satisfied overall for this code piece, how many logics will be work? How many logics will happen?
I think logic 1 and 2, because after end statement it goes to the logic 3, but we don't know what is that logic, whether it is belongs to if condition or not.
So even if it doesn't belong to if condition, anyway it's there after this if condition, right? So that will work. That will be executed.
So like the logic 3 is out of the if condition, right?
But
out of the if loop.
Okay. So let me go back to Visual Studio. Okay. But even if it is outside if condition, but still that's a part of this code, right?
Okay.
Okay, let me put this way. How about others, everyone? Did you guys understand what is the use of begin and end? Okay. Okay, so let me, I think here only I'll put some other examples. So here I'm going to put print 1, and I'm going to put here print 2, and I'm going to put here print 3. Now if I execute this total code, how many what do I see if I execute this total code? I'll see 1 2 or 1 2 3 or only 3.
1 2 3.
Why 3? Okay.
Here just we are printing the.
So okay, let me put here declare @record count. I need to declare this variable.
Okay.
And I'm assigning set @record count is equal to 0. Okay. So now how many prints I will see now?
3. 1 2
1
3.
2 3. So let me execute this. I'm seeing 1 2 3. Okay, perfect. Now if I don't have begin and end, now how many I will see when I execute this?
I think still you get 1 2 3.
Any other answers? Right. Now also I'll see 1 2 3. Okay, well and good. Now if I put like this 1, okay, so now let me copy this, and now let me paste it here, and now I'm going to put here begin, and let me put here end. Now everyone please tell me, if I execute this, how many I will see now? If I execute this, how many records I'll see? How many prints I'll see?
No records.
No, here for this if condition, not these 3 statements will belong, only this statement it will belong to if condition. See now if I execute this, I'm only seeing 2 and 3 because your SQL server will understand like, okay, this belongs to this print one only belongs to this if. If you have more than one statement that belongs to if condition, you have to use begin and end, so that you will tell that okay, all this belongs to if condition. Is it making?
So after print one statement, it works as a else statement?
Not else statement. It works like a normal flow. Not else. See this if.
So like in general, if else condition.
No, not else.
Okay.
If you want else, again you have to write else begin and end. So if this if condition is over, it will work like normal flow. How about others? Everyone understood? Please ping me in the chat window if you guys understood this. Anyone? Anyone in the class understood the difference between this and this? It's straightforward, right? So whenever you have more than one statement to be executed, if a condition is satisfied, please use begin and end, like how we used to use in C#. So for example, file, new project. In C# we used to use flower brackets, right? The same way you have to use begin and end in SQL Server. It's very simple. So let me show you one thing. Oh my god, it's got disconnected. Hello?